Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching. My name is Becky Rupnick, and I'm the board chair of the program committee at the Illinois Spina Bifida Association. I am joined by Ethan and Jennifer Burkhart. Over the past few months, I had the privilege and pleasure of working with Ethan and Jennifer as ISBA piloted a new program, Executive Function Training for Athletes Impacted by Spina Bifida. Executive functioning is often associated with spina bifida and hydrocephalus. It can cause difficulty in the areas of task completion, time management, focus, organization, and self-advocacy. We are here today to share with you the amazing outcome of Ethan's journey after his participation in this program and offer you the opportunity to help the ISBA expand this program for the fall semester of 2021 with a continued focus on collegiate athletes affected by spina bifida. So to start, Jennifer, when did you see Ethan struggling or having trouble academically and in school?
Well, Becky, that's a really good question. And first, I want to say thanks for doing this. This is going to make a huge difference in a lot of these kids' lives. Ethan started to struggle right about middle school. It was when all of the organization strategies were really needed with the kids going from class to class, having to keep track of all of their different assignments and due dates. That's when we really saw it, was that middle school transition period.
And Ethan, when did you feel like school started to get a little challenging for you?
I felt like it was middle school too, because being in elementary school before, I was so used to having one teacher for every subject in the same room the whole day. Middle school, I was going from class to class with multiple different teachers for each subject. And I had to focus a lot on keeping track of assignments and test due dates, splitting up work for big assignments and homework and all that. And I really struggled with a lot of that, writing down assignments and keeping track of things, especially big, what's the word? Projects, like splitting up the work each day, saying like, I'm going to do this amount of work this day, this amount of work the next day. And then into high school, I struggled with that too. And so I was given a case manager that was helping me with organization. We came up with ways that I could, like one of them was I had a folder for each class that I kept homework and notes I took. And then we also, when I had big projects I had to do, we immediately, the day that I knew or I was given it in class, we looked at the syllabus when it was due and split up what I was going to do each day. Kind of created like a calendar of work.
Many of these complications mentioned by Ethan and Jennifer are very common with executive functioning, and through hard work and our programming from ISPA, they can be overcome or adapted into ways that allow for success. So Ethan, I know that this was your first year in college, so can you explain what some of the struggles you experienced during your first semester?
Yeah, so being that my first semester is during the pandemic, everything was online. I had all of my classes were on Zoom, study sessions and all that. And I really struggled with that because I'm very much of a face-to-face person. I need to actually have somebody there to talk to and work things out with me. So I struggled with, again, doing the assignments and studying for tests and having strategies on how to do all that, how to break up my work and keep track of things.
Which, just like it may sound simple, like an easy transfer when you're on Zoom, like what's the big deal? But I think in a lot of these kids' cases, having that physical contact and somebody like mapping out and showing them one-on-one and like having things to touch and um, organization skills in person with people. Not that it can be done online, but details is something that was the biggest problem when you're on Zoom, because there's a lot of things that are assumed that are everyday skills that can and should be done. But you're going from high school where everything is in person, and you're walking to your classes, you know where everything is, and it's like a very sensory experience. And when you go from that to a video screen, and then you're doing everything on the computer, and you can't go out and talk to anybody really, it's a very, very different, it's a more difficult uh, uh, thing to master. So it was a big challenge, I noticed.
Not having anybody really around and pretty much doing everything on my own was probably the biggest struggle, because I was used to, in high school and middle school, I was used to having somebody there helping me with everything.
Well, asking the right question.
Yeah, and being able to ask people questions. So
So in January, Jennifer actually reached out to the Illinois Spina Bifida Association to sign Ethan up for our executive functioning training program. And during that time, Ethan and I met weekly, as well as remained in contact throughout the week via text and email. And I have seen so much growth, confidence, and dedication in Ethan in these past 5 months. He has developed into a responsive and assertive college student who perseveres through even the most difficult of challenges. During our time together, Ethan and I worked on developing strategies that matched his individual needs and would help him lead to success in not only academics, but in his overall repertoire. So we worked on setting up weekly task lists, focusing on timelines and deadlines, creating achievable goals, and helping him learn to use his voice to be a positive advocate for himself. Ethan worked tirelessly on achieving high levels of success in all of his classes. His improved organizational skills will prove successful in all of his future endeavors. His ability to analyze a task and develop a strategic plan of attack will provide him with the ability to flourish in his continued collegiate studies. Ethan's ability to manage his busy schedule of school, sports, medical needs, and social appointments has shown that he is a committed and devoted adult. I could not be more proud of Ethan. He has become a strong self-advocate who is willing to speak his mind in a kind and respectful manner at all times. The executive functioning program through ISBA has truly been a life-changing experience for myself as well as the Burkharts.
Yeah, this executive functioning program just has topped everything. It really has moved mountains for Ethan. I can't talk about it enough. It has changed our perspective in so many different ways. What we learned, all the details that we didn't realize that Ethan was struggling with, once the executive functioning program shed light on it, it just changed everything drastically for Ethan and his ability to be successful in college. His new skill set, I've really noticed that he's able to succeed in all of his classes. He's really turned things around just with having that one-on-one support and asking the right questions and doing the check-ins and organizing in a way that makes sense for these kids. He has expanded and grown enormously to the point where he's able to manage his athletics and his academics very well. It's been extremely fulfilling and worthwhile for him to do this program. It's priceless what has happened. really funding and donating money to this program changes lives. It has, Ethan has gone from very a C to D, even failing, to an A and B student in as short as 1 semester. And it's made a huge difference in his life. So I hope that people will share this video. They'll email it to their friends, that they'll donate to this program because of so many kids being able to benefit, that can do this work. They can be successful in college. They just need to understand the skill set that's needed when you have spina bifida and you have hydrocephalus. Like they really are just learn in a different way. And without the executive function program from the Illinois Spina Bifida Association, we would have had no idea how amazing or how much they can be successful. So I just want to say thank you. I hope people will donate. I hope they will give the amounts that are needed for a strong program going forward, because you know, it'll give back in so many different ways to our community.
And I just want to say thank you too, because through doing all this, I've learned things about myself that I never knew I needed help on. And I've seen ways that I've grown too. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm living with I have a different kid. Like totally different kid, like just amazing transformation.
So great to hear. And so Illinois Spina Bifida Association, we hope to continue this program into the fall semester, working with collegiate student athletes. So any donation would be greatly appreciated. Simply follow the links attached to this email and video or your support. And as Jennifer mentioned, if you could share out our video, we would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.